Hi guys, my name is Ila and I turn 29 next month, and according to society, my culture, and by religion, I am an old lady. Now I need to get 40 cats and live happily till end of my life, or at least it's what society expects from me, because I am still not married. Okay, as you can guess, today we're gonna talk about marriage, dating, sex, divorce, but not at once. It's really big theme, so I'm gonna cut it into several videos. So stay tuned, because I will talk about sex, my experience about it too. Okay guys. Okay, a kind reminder before we start that I'm talking about my experience in my country, in my town, and it's not supposed to be exactly as your life, because as we know, all Muslim countries are slightly different, but they're pretty much the same, and I'm sure that there are going to be lots of girls who can relate to what I'm gonna say. And if you relate to what I'm gonna say, please comment it in comments box below. Thank you very much. Now we can start. So I think many of you have heard that you are not allowed to have sex before marriage in Muslim countries, and I'll tell you more, you are not allowed to date. Da, 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 da. Well, I don't know how time has changed things in my country, and maybe today girls from Baku can date, but 10-15 years ago you definitely couldn't even think about it. Well, as I see it, there are two main problems. One of them is that girls from childhood know that they will get married. They get engaged at age 15-17, in some places even earlier, and they get married after 17, in some places again even earlier. And the second problem is that girls know from childhood that dating, feelings, relationships, and obviously sex before marriage is something bad, filthy, forbidden, and even may cost you your life. Well, you're supposed to get married, but you are not allowed to date. So how are we get married then? A good question. There are several ways how girls get married or used to get married. Let me tell you about them. Well, I think we all know about them arranged marriage, and I don't think that we'll focus on it a lot, but if you don't know, it's basically your parents pick your future husband according to his wealth and family reputation. And sometimes you don't even see your future husband, they show you his picture, sometimes passport size picture, and my cousins got married this way. The next is environment. Well, it's pretty simple because it happens anywhere. Well, your future husband may see you on your way to somewhere in your neighborhood, school, or something like that. Yeah, he falls in love, blah blah, and then things happen. Okay, the next one is not the best option, but it's what people do. So it's called bride kidnapping. It's basically when the guy kidnaps girl against her will and makes her his wife. I hope that nowadays we have less of it, or we don't have it at all, but I can't say because I don't live there anymore. But it's something what people practice a lot, especially if a girl doesn't like you but you want her. Well, use your force, right? You are a man. Okay, next one is wedding, and this is a nice option and one of the common options where you can meet your future husband or wife, because at the wedding you meet new people. Like usually Azeri weddings are really big, and the bride side and the groom side invite lots of their relatives, guests, and it may be up to 300 people from each side, so your chances to meet someone new is really big, unless this wedding is between two relatives, which leads us to the next point, relatives. Well, Where I am from, it's also a common thing. It may be controversial to other societies, but in my country, you can marry a cousin. Like, for example, my dad and my mom are cousins, first cousins. Yeah, you marry your first cousin, like simply marry your first cousin. My sisters, both sisters are married with my first cousins. And yeah, I know it's gross, but it's just cultural tradition. I don't know, people do that. If you know any other traditional cultural option which you practice in your country, please let me know in comments below. Okay, if you go back and check out the list of options how to get married one more time, you will see that none of above options doesn't let you to know your future husband or wife well enough to marry him or her and spend your entire life with that person. No. That's why you stay engaged for about a year. And your parents never choose a bad candidate for you. They do research and make sure that the family has a good reputation. Shh. The family reputation doesn't represent the entire family. The person you will marry may be a psycho, and he won't show his real face until you get married, because everybody is warm and fuzzy during engagement. Second of all, it's not your decision. Yes, in many cases they don't even ask your opinion or make you say yes by brainwashing you about how rich he is and how you will live in good conditions and how he will treat you well. And if you say no, they will force you. Yes, they will force you, and I've seen it a lot. Like many of my cousins, they were forced to get married just because their parents thought that that person is good for her. Okay, now let me tell you things from a girl's perspective. So imagine a girl who knows about love, feelings, relationships, dating, and maybe a little bit about sex only from movies, TV shows. That's all. No experience at all. And then crazy things happens to her. She's told that there is a guy who is interested in her. Do you know what happens next? Yes, you are right. She starts imagining. We love imagining. We girls love imagining. We love expecting things. Well, she starts imagining because she's still a child and she remembers all those romantic ending movies, and she's blind during engagement because the groom's family comes to visit her several times during engagement with gifts. Lots of gifts. Clothes, jewelry, gold. That's a nice strategy, right? Even if she didn't want to get married at first, she is literally brainwashed with all those things happening around her. She's dreaming about big wedding and happy family. She's thinking about her beautiful white dress and her makeup and other things, you know, girly stuff. And she falls in love with her imagination. She falls in love with her expectations. She falls in love with her bright and happy future. And maybe she falls in love with the person she's gonna marry. Maybe she does really love him. But it's her first ever experience with love, feelings, relationship, dating thing. So how does she know that he is the right person to marry? Well, I think she doesn't know, but she will know very soon, right after the marriage, when they will face their first family problem. But we're gonna talk about it in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned because there are many other interesting facts coming soon. I will see you in the next video. Bye!